Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope all of you always the good condition. Okay, on this occasion, I will explain you about rules for disciplined student in the class. But for the first, allow me to make an introduction to who I am. My name is Alisatunisa Zhahro, and I'm from 3 English Education C at State Islamic University of Saifuddin Zuhri. And for my last number, student is 117. So, check this out. Okay, back to the previous topic, where I will explain the material about how to be a disciplined student or rules for disciplined student in the class. Okay, for the first material is the definition of discipline. The word of discipline is familiar to us, right? And then when we talk about school life, discipline plays a key role in the developing the character of person. That's true? Yeah, maybe it's true because discipline is very important for effective teaching and learning. And then discipline in the class also sets this foundation for student success later in life. So for the definition of discipline is a transferable skill in life, and it can bring on many virtues such as professional success through being focused and staying healthy. Discipline is what helps students achieve good performance in school, and it is responsible for keeping order in the classroom. So, I will give some rules how to be disciplined student, use method applying positive discipline in the classroom. Okay, for the first rule is understand the difference between punishment and positive discipline. Positive discipline is a type of discipline that uses positive alternative and non-violent method to respect and reward children when they behave well and to correct any negative behavior. Unlike punishment, positive discipline does not advocate the use of shame, ridicule, aggression, or violence to correct student behavior. This type of discipline argues that students respond better to positive approaches like choice, negotiation, discussion, and a system of reward. As a teacher, you will also have more control over your classroom using positive discipline, as you will be advocating the student to make choice and decision for themselves rather than try to force them and act correctly. This type of discipline can also lead to long-term peace in the classroom, as students will learn how to self-correct and how to come up with solution or issue among themselves. For the second rule is not the 7 principle of positive discipline. Positive discipline is based on 7 key principles, which can act as classroom rule for you in your role as a teacher or a leader. The 7 principles are: for the first is to respect the child's dignity. Second is to develop pro-social behavior and encourage self-discipline. 3. To maximize the child's participation in the class. Next is to respect the child's developmental needs and quality of life. Then, to respect the child's motivation and life views. Next is to assure fairness and justice through equality and non-discrimination. And for the last, to promote solidarity among students in the classroom. Okay, for the next rule is follow the 4 steps of positive discipline. Positive discipline is based on 4-step process that recognize appropriate behavior in the classroom and reward the behavior. You can apply this step to an individual student or the classroom as a whole. First, describe appropriate behavior you are expecting from the individual or the class. For example, if you are trying to get the class to settle down, you may say, "Class, please quit down now." Then, provide the reason why this behavior is appropriate. For example, we are going to start our English lesson, and it is important that you all listen closely to me. Ask for acknowledgement from the class about the appropriate behavior. For example, do you all see why quieting down is so important? Next is reinforce the correct behavior with eye contact, a nod or smile. You can also reinforce the class good behavior with 5 extra minutes of play time or another marble in the reward chart. If you are reinforcing individual behavior, you might give extra credit points to the student or put a star by his or her name. Next is always provide a reward for good behavior immediately and clearly. You want to make the student feel they are on the winning team and prize individual student for being a good team member. Okay, for the last rule is apply positive discipline in your classroom. When using positive discipline, follow the for the ratio. This means you should try to catch a student or the class doing something correctly for every one time you find them doing something inappropriate. Be consistent with this ratio, as you are more interested in rewards and acknowledging appropriate action rather than punishment. Keep in mind, positive discipline can fail if the student or the class is not rewarded quickly enough and clearly enough. Make sure you always follow through with a reward for appropriate behavior. And always emphasize the task rather than the behavior. Focus on positive tasks like quieting down and being considerate of others rather than behaviors like no talking or no shooting. And then don't take behavior outbursts personally. Students aren't robots. They have strong emotions sometimes, and they need to learn how to cope with those. So for the conclusion, yes, learning self-discipline, while not natural to everyone, is a skill that can be developed and learned in order to increase your success as a student. All you need is a positive attitude, a good understanding of your strength and weakness, and a clear plan to stick to. Just follow our guide and tips and you will be on your way to being a self-disciplined student in no time. Maybe that's all if I can say. I'm sorry if any mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.